Hi, I've got with me Lee Roberts, Deputy Leader of Barrow Borough Council. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Now, loads to talk about as the council gets up and running again, of course, after the COVID lockdown. But the main thing we're here to chat to about this afternoon is the business grants that are available. Would you like to explain to the listeners what they're all about?
Yes, please, that'd be great. Through the COVID crisis, the government allocated a couple of grant schemes to help businesses who were affected. So the first scheme was quite straightforward. You applied, if you met the criteria, you got a one-off payment. And there's some firms which wouldn't meet that criteria, so there was a second fund from the government called a Discretionary grant fund, and we did the first. So we did the first run, because I think we paid out over £250,000 in that first run. So because there's still some money left in the pot, we're going for a second window of opportunity for businesses which either didn't qualify at first because they didn't have all the right information, or maybe they just missed out on the criteria, which we've managed to tweak a bit with agreement from the government. So where the business rateable value was an issue, if you were slightly above it, you won't qualify. So we've managed to move it a bit. So we're inviting firms, even the ones that didn't qualify for the previous rounds or didn't have the information to qualify for this round of grants. It's open, the window's open till the 29th of July. So we need people to check the website and meet the criteria and put an application in.
Right, so that was my next question. How do they apply? Now there is a maximum grant you can have, isn't it? The maximum amount is 10,000, I believe.
Yeah, it's up to 10,000. So it's open to smaller micro businesses that have been trading from the 11th of March. So if you're a brand new business, which you may have been, if you started during lockdown, you may have been struggling, but so you've got to have been in existence from the 11th of March. And through the process, you'll have to demonstrate you've suffered a significant fall in income due to COVID, which should be quite easy to establish. And then you'll get a grant of up to 10,000. So it'll depend on your losses your business has incurred. So previous applicants may be required to sort of like provide this additional info if that was what fell down last time. And that's it. The rateable value thing was tweaked, so we could hopefully get more businesses eligible for it and to be successful.
So is there certain stages they would go through? Would they go through like an initial application and then an interview or a review, or?
Yeah, there'd be an application once you've checked the website for the criteria, which is it's all listed on there. So you'd have to your rateable value figure and everything. Then you contact one of the team through the application process on the website. Then there'd be a bit of to and fro in exchange of information, so the team can assess the amount of grant and whether you would qualify, and you can demonstrate you have lost income. So there'll be a bit of to and fro in, and it'll be within 15 working days from applying. We'd hope to achieve a decision, which is payout, or you might not be eligible, which it's a strict government criteria. So it'll be either you fit the criteria or you don't. So it's worth trying though, because we want every business who could be eligible to apply, because obviously lockdown's easing, but businesses are back to scale and they're not going to be trading in the same way for a while. So we want this government money to reach our businesses as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, can you just remind the listeners of the website address, please?
Yeah, it's it'd be www.barrowbc.co.uk.
Okay, doke.
The other thing's worth mentioning, I noticed yesterday, I saw there was some scam emails or texts going around about government grants available. So don't put that off. Go to the Barrow Borough Council website to check, and then it's a safe way. So it's not a scam and it won't be paid back.
Cheers, Lee. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Well, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.